Welcome back to another ukulele lesson. In this one, we are going to learn your first 4 chords on the ukulele. These chords are going to get you playing your first song. Let's do it. We are going to be learning the C chord, the A minor chord, the F chord, and the G chords. Let's start with C. So we're going to have our thumb on the back of the ukulele as always, and we're going to put our third finger or your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the bottom string. So this is your A string, that's your bottom string. We're going to count over to the 3rd fret. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to press that down, and your thumb's on the back to help support that finger so you can press it down and get a clear note. Let's give it a strum. There's your C chord. The next one we're going to learn is your A minor chord. This is another 1-finger chord, so thumb is on the back again. Now, your thumb, you want it to be flexible and move with your fingers as you're playing different chords. For some chords like the C chord, your thumb might be pretty high up on the neck. For chords like your A minor, you might have to lower your thumb in order to keep your finger up on the fingertip, because if you're not on the fingertip, your chords will sound like that. So I'm going to adjust my thumb. My second finger or middle finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the top string. That is your G string. And again, I'm making sure I'm up on that fingertip, because if not, it's going to sound like that. So I'm up on the fingertip. Let's give it a strum. There's your A minor. Now, to go from an A minor to an F is really simple because we just add a finger. So I already have my second finger on the 2nd fret of my top string, my G string. For an F, I'm going to add my pointer finger on the 1st fret of the E string. So there's a string in between that doesn't have any fingers on it, and then the very bottom string has no fingers, or we say that is an open string. So again, I'm up on my fingertips. Let's give it a strum. There's your F chord, and the last one is a G chord. This one is 3 fingers, so it's definitely the trickiest, but you can do it. So our thumb is on the back again. My pointer finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the C string. My second finger is going to be on the 2nd fret as well. So I have 2 fingers on the 2nd fret of the very bottom string, your A string. And then my 3rd finger or ring finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of the E string. So nothing's on the top string. And if you happen to play guitar, this is just like doing a D chord on the guitar. Let's give it a strum. There's your G chord. Now that you know your first 4 chords, you can practice transitioning between them and adding some strumming. So maybe you start with just C and A minor and get used to going back and forth between the 2 of them. We can just start with some simple down strumming with your thumb. And when you're practicing chord transitions, the most important thing is accuracy, making sure that you're playing the right note, it's in the right place, but also consistency. You don't want to play it like this. And then you have that transition, you're getting to the next note. Try and keep it nice and even. And you're always thinking about your next chord. Always thinking about your next move. Once I get comfortable with C to A minor, maybe I'll do A minor to F, and then F to G, and then G to C, and then change it up, do C to F, C to G, things like that. But usually just practicing 2 chords at one time and just going back and forth between those 2, that's going to help you learn and develop that muscle memory the fastest. I hope this video was helpful and you were able to successfully play your first 4 chords, and now you can go find your first song to tackle. If you did find this helpful, please let me know in the comments, and I'd also love to know what you chose as your first song to play. And if you want to see more tutorials, stick around, and I'll see you in the next one.